Um, in 7th grade, which is what I think was on my schedule, at Cold Spring Harbor Junior High, one door from the hallway to dark arts room, which then they dubbed over DUBBED photography, PHOTOGRAPHY, for the development of film, DEVELOPMENTFILM. So the paper, PAPER, was quality, QUALITY, of shiny white, SHINYWHITE. Once they exposed the paper, EXPOSEDPAPER, then it had a grainy, opaque, GRAINYOP, opaque is OPAQUE. Excuse me, appearance to it. And my beloved, BELOVED, translucent, was trying to give me words in my peachy keen, since he was wearing a different cuniform, CUNIFORM. This uniform is peach keen, UNIFORM PEACHKEEN. And he said he was having a communications problem with the people down at Manifestations Earth because of my I was having trouble with communications, right? At Manifestations Earth, because AROCOM, AEROCOM, had the files and knew what to do, but because of poor judgment and performance at the manifestation, something had been compromised, and they were now taking on what they called water or salt water. Salt water is what we called it, SALTWATER, which was a problem for my very real appearance. Stratcom, STRATCOM, and Statcom, STATCOM. Now, stat, STAT, is usually rapid. But then stat became like bump, 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 bump. The pace, PACE, started to really go downward. So now my beloved, in translucency, for his transparency relation with myself, in a peachy keen uniform that doesn't frighten the children at manifestations that lost and took on way too much salt water, and keep lying to one another and don't believe one another, and my beloved and I don't care. Not wearing a cuniform translucent or a cuniform peachy keen. Either way, we really don't give a shit about your problems with salt water. Shouldn't have fucking done it. And there's only 2 of us at the end of this, so you really need to get our part right if you want to come along. So now let's think about this. Right, so there's ovulation, OVULATION, that was a schedule that came after, unbeknownst to me, in 7th grade child. And then there was Not menopause. That was a different thing. Right, the bleeding schedule is what he called it, which really scared me at the time. I'm like, bleeding? Like how? Like Shiv bleeding? And he goes, no. He goes, did you ever count how many holes you have in your new uniform? And I said, no, I didn't realize that that was going to be something somebody was going to ask me if I needed to communicate. He says, well, actually, for Aracom and myself, it would be really wonderful if you could just give me a count and let me know that you understand how many orifices you are carrying in that one uniform. Right. I'm like, okay. I was like, 7. He goes, yeah, no, actually, that's the one that I wear is 7. He says, that one I know for sure. He says, you actually have an ability in your uniform that I don't have in mine as whatever they call themselves. I know you use the word human, but that confuses them on another level for so many reasons, which is why I need a whole count, HOLE, for Cole, COLE, which is what I am. So I think my beloved, if he's translucent at that moment in the dark art room, and he carries 7 holes in his uniform of his version of Peachy Keen, my uniform of Peachy Keen carries 8 holes, 8 holes, because that's what humans call it, but for my purpose, it would be coals, 8 coals. So it's EIGHTCOLES. And he has 7, SEVEN, and it's HOLES. That's it. So this way you can tell the difference. 7 holes, 8 coals. Because humans are really confused with their linguistics and what goes to what uniform as to why we have a cuniform. He and I alone in a relation that is none really, honestly, of any of the living, breathing things that keep saying that they want to come along and then don't perform whatsoever on their portion of manifestations. Let's think about this. And manifestations performance, the only thing you had to ever do was get he and I to marital bed or like into each other's like company and physical space from the very beginning of our appearance. That's it. Then you'd be performing instead of pacing at a stat that is getting really annoying to have to keep re-explaining what you've had for centuries and still couldn't get it fucking right.